You tried e-commerce, right? You failed. You tried agency, you failed. You tried marketing, failed. You tried dropshipping, failed. You tried maybe even trading. Like, I've literally done all of these things apart from the agency when I was younger. And all these things failed because my reasons for it were wrong. You failed countless of time in your life and in business, not because you are not good enough, but because you were not true to yourself. You were not honest enough. You see, my biggest business failure ever was directly correlated, directly related to me trying to be someone I wasn't, trying to build a business I wasn't even excited about. Think about your career, your job. Majority of us are not doing something because we like it or we see a purpose. It's like things happen in our life, right? Like our career, like somehow unfolds. Sometimes we go to the school, we finish it, we graduate with some title, and then it's a kind of natural path after we just do things. It's quite often expected from us. It's like how our parents did, how our siblings did, how society does. But then every now and then we get this kind of spark of like, oh, I want to build something. I'm going to open a business. I'll do something. And then so you do. So you tried e-commerce, right? You failed. You tried agency. You failed. You tried marketing, failed. You tried dropshipping, failed. You tried maybe even trading. Like, I've literally done all of these things apart from the agency when I was younger. And all these things failed because my reasons for it were wrong. I thought, if I only do these things and I'll just be persistent enough and do all the things you see there, keep going, don't give up, be persistent, then I'll succeed. Now, you see, the biggest part missing in all of it is, although yes, all these things are important and they're actual key to success, but the biggest thing nobody's talking about is you have to believe in what you're doing in order to stay there long enough. Now, don't confuse doing something you love for running a business. You can still have a hobby and keep it as a hobby, and I would actually encourage you to do it, at least at the beginning. Don't go into a business with your first hobby idea. But you have to be true to yourself, who you are. You see, when I tried to I opened my biggest lab and I tried to make a big business out of it. I only realized after the business collapsed that it wasn't even exciting to me. I didn't want to be in that business. If I did want to, I would give much more from myself. I would do much more. I would just push much longer, much harder. And that's the difference between making it or breaking it, really. And you can't fake it. It would be so much easier for all of us if we kind of slowed down and actually understand who we are. And because if you ask yourself, who are you? What do you really like? I guarantee most of you guys watching me won't be able to answer this question. And it's not a hard question. It just requires some time. And it's actually a very easy question, right? And if you think about it, it's like, yeah, hang on, how come I don't know what I want? How come I don't know about myself, who I am? And I believe this is the biggest challenge and the biggest obstacle and a reason for your failures. So again, you're not failing because you're not good enough. You just don't know what you're good at. And this is not about hobby or something you love. It's just something you're really actually good at. If you're good with people, maybe you should be doing something with communication, right? And maybe you should have a YouTube channel. This is something what I am good at. I love talking to people. I love communicating. I love thinking about complex topics and just understanding them. And because of my business experience, that naturally comes together as a sort of topic I'm passionate about and I can talk about. So although I can build businesses, I'm good at doing things in the business. I hate running businesses, to be fair with you, nowadays, and definitely don't see myself as a CEO type of guy, although I've been a few times. And I can do it, but that was never my thing. So now I understand about myself. My thing is to record videos, speak to people, be out there, talk to people, maybe inspire people. And this comes from, one, I see it myself doing it and I like it, but also two, I heard others, every now and then giving me this hint saying, oh, you're really good at this, Alex. Oh, your story is very inspiring. Oh, you inspired me. Sometimes from people I've never ever met before in my life. They just watched my video or they read my text on LinkedIn. We don't know. We don't have the answer to ourselves. who we are. And lots of people, lots of you guys would be like, how do I find out? That, that tips I just told you, you hear it. You're going to have to pay attention to what other people are telling you, what they're telling you good at, what they like hear from you, or what they like you doing, or when they say, oh, you do this really well, or you do something differently. This is what I like. You'll be surprised how much knowledge and ideas will come from these weird places and weird people, sometimes people you never met before. You have to be open to it. As long as you see it, as long as you know what to look for, you will find it. So don't despair. Like, just because you failed 99.999 times doesn't mean you're bad at things. It just means that you probably tried doing things you shouldn't be trying, or maybe not shouldn't. Shouldn't is the wrong word. You can try anything you want, you learn. But these are not your callings. This is not the things you are good at. What you're really good at is the key. Ask yourself, what you're good at? And if you don't know what you're good at, look at what others are telling you, what they like in you, what things are easy for you to do, like almost like a play, feels like fun. Doesn't matter how trivial it is or how stupid it might sound. If you like driving and people tell you you're a good driver, that is important. Think about this. You don't have to be a driver, you don't have to be a driving company, but there's a lot to it to unpack, or you can ask about it to help you understand more. But these things are super, super important, and these are actual signs for you to understand which way to go, where to put attention and focus. I hope it helps. If it does, leave me a like. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks so much for your time and support, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.